All right. Hello, everyone. Have you ever wondered how pitchers make the ball spin like that? Well, if you haven't, or if you have, I'm going to show you how to throw during 5 pitches. The 5 pitches I'm going to show you today are 2 fastball variations, the 2-seam and the 4-seam. And it shows you the changeup, it show you a curveball, and I'm going to show you a knuckleball. Now, this relates to you guys, I know, because many, if not all of you, have seen the major worldwide sport known as baseball on TV, or you've even played it. Now, I'm going to go into and start these 5 pitches with the 2 fastball variations, the 2-seam and the 4-seam fastball. So first of all, I'm going to do the 2-seam fastball, and according to RPP Baseball online, I found out that you take your pointer and your middle finger, you put them together like this, and then on the ball you're going to find these 2 seams right here. You're going to put your fingers right going along with them, and then rest your other fingers across the ball like that, just so you make sure you're comfortable on the ball, which in the throwing motion, your fingers are going to let it go like that, and it's going to go like this. And that's supposed to be a faster pitch, and it's not supposed to move that much. The other fastball variation is the 4-seam. Now it goes with the same fingers, and you put them together exactly. But this time, instead of going like this, you're going to go across like that. So you're making 1 line, 2 line, 3 line, 4 line. That's why it's called a 4-seam. And then you just put your fingers where they were for the 2-seam. Straight arm throwing motion, and it's going to go down, but it's going to look like this instead of the other way. So those are the 2 fastball variations. Again, those are supposed to go faster, and you're not really supposed to bend or curve your arm when you're throwing them. And the next pitch I'm going to show you, the 3rd out of the 5, is the changeup. So the changeup, there's a couple variations you could throw. According to Driveline Baseball on the web, I found that there's a circle change. That's just a variation of a changeup, is where you make a mini circle with your thumb and your pointer finger. You put that mini circle right there on that, like a loop, I guess. And you're going to put your 3 other fingers just across the ball like that. And then what you're going to do, make sure you have a good grip. And then you're going to throw it just straight arm. And it should be a little wonky when it's coming out of your arm, but it is supposed to move. It's not supposed to go straight like the fastballs. And this one's slower than the fastballs. There's another change-up variation, and it's just called it's kind of like a palm ball, but you just put your pointer, middle, and ring finger, and you kind of put them in between the seams like that. And again, you're gonna just throw it straight. Obviously, I'm not a pitcher, so I really don't know how to do the whole throwing motion, but just throw your arm straight. And this one is not gonna have as much movement as the circle change, but it's still gonna be slower, unlike the fastballs. So next, I'm going to show you the curveball, which is the 4th out of the 5 pitches. And this is also on Driveline Baseball, so if you want to look that up, this is how you throw it. They gave me 2 curveball variations. First of all is the regular one, which if you find this down here on the loop, you're going to put your 2 fingers, the same for the fastball, down here like this at an angle. And you're going to put your thumb under it, make sure you have a good grip on the ball. It doesn't really matter where your other fingers go. You're going to do your throwing motion, but this time, instead of throwing the ball straight, you're going to curve your arm like this, and that's really where it gets the curving and dipping motion that a curveball has, because a curveball is supposed to start up and then go down, or if you throw a slider, which is another curveball variation, that's supposed to start from right and go to left. The next variation for a curveball is a spike curveball, and this is also on Driveline Baseball. So what you're going to do is the same exact thing, except you're going to spike your pointer finger and keep it on the seam, and when you throw it, it's supposed to go in the dirt. That's why it's called a spike. So you're going to spike the ball, and you're trying to get hitters to swing at it because it's a bad pitch, but it's really deceiving. So you're going to throw the ball, and again, curve your arm because you want that thing to drop, and drop quick. So those 2 are on Driveline Baseball, and the last out of the 5 pitches is the knuckleball, and this is on RPP Baseball. So the knuckleball there's a couple variations. The first one I'm going to show you is the one that I throw all the time. And you just take your 2 pointer and middle again, and you put them on the seam right here. But instead of keeping them straight like this, you're going to spike them like this, and you're going to make sure you really dig down into the seam. Because if you don't and you just throw it, it's going to go loosely, and it's going to be a free floating ball into the box, and you're not going to want that to happen. So just make sure you have a good grip on the ball. Make sure to spike those things and have a good grip and throw it straight. It doesn't really matter which way you throw a sidearm straight. it's not going to move. So it's not supposed to do this. It's supposed to just go straight like this towards the plate. The final variation for the knuckleball, it's kind of the same thing, but it's where you put your 3 fingers right here on the loop, your pointer, middle, and ring, and again, make sure you have a good grip on it and make sure you're really spiking them. And then you're going to want to throw the ball, and it's going to do pretty much the same thing and not really move. So out of all this, I hope you guys have learned how a pitcher can really curve the ball and how they do all that, how they throw it really fast. And I just wanted you guys to gain knowledge on the worldwide sport and the thing we watch all the time. Thank you.